Okay, my name is Mace McKinney. Okay, it's the new segment of my YouTube channel. Okay, so listen, I have been walking around protesting my innocence of the things that Stockton, California, 209, 209, 209, 209 has think to be me, the psychotic guy, and them, the stupid responsibility of a man who is psychiatrically found to be schizophrenically out of order. But all I'm talking about is California Supreme Court versus Mace McKinney. I swear to you, I have the Justice Department of the states at an angle of what? Rose and Duffy telling the courts that they plain view saw drugs in my pocket. And my lawyer never fighting for me to ask them to put me in the stand, because he feels like as a rapist I could never take the stand, because why? It would kill me as a person on the stand. So I can't get on the stand because why? If rapists would never get no love. So then that means what? He can say exactly what he said. I plain view crack cocaine in Mace McKinney's pocket. And if I got on the stand, I'd have asked my lawyer to ask him to say if there was drugs or not in my coat pocket. Because why? How can you do it on a pursuit of an individual that you was on a dispatch call and you stopped your call, the plain view sight drugs in my pocket? Bitch, please. Excuse my language. Listen. Then I have a lady who hits an innocent child riding a bicycle. We on our way from Tabucci's. So we on Sutter Street. She knocks him off the bike. Because why? She sees us deep in a mug riding. So she tries not to slow her car, because why? She was on her motherfucking phone or looking in her motherfucking purse. Because why? When she looks up, the boy is down on the ground. And then there he is. She steps out, because why? She's not a getaway driver. She just gets out and says, oh my God. And we says to her, if the radio comes on, there's no problem. If it don't, I need money or your tire's going to be slashed. And then she sees me at her going to her car door, and she says, please don't touch my car. And I leave away from her car. I see the man in the Lincoln, old white guy, on the cell phone. I see the meter man in the police little meter buggy. I tell my friends and brother I'm out. And then the preacher comes up and says, hey, get her license plates and her ID card and do it the right way. Because why? There's no need for violence. And she was like, there's no violence here. And then the radio came on and we all left. She testified under oath for the DA office that she felt not threatened, not afraid, and the man moved away from her vehicle when she asked him to. Then they called recess. And then we came back, and then the judge made her make like she had been threatened, and her car was attempted being robbed, and that everything was bad for her then. It was not the case of her hitting a little kid off a bicycle and not being concerned about him, because why? Not once did she felt like she was under great distress of someone robbing her, because why? Her conversation was about the boy on the bike who got hit from her car. Thank you. So they bound me over to Superior Court after this lady comes from recess and have my brother kick the table and jump up and say, nah, it was me. Because the judge asked her, who was the person? And I don't know what the question was, who was the person. But it had to be for the attempted robbery. Because why? They were trying to give me 17 years. That's the J, the H, and the K for off the rape and robbery charge that they don't have a guilty plea of. Now the utterance of guilty, nowhere. That's why my case went to the California Supreme Court, the highest courts in California. That's why it's there. Let me tell you how that works. You don't just get your letter chosen. Because why? Everyone in California, the most motherfucking state with the most prisons in the motherfucker, trying to get in this motherfucker. And then people out on the goddamn streets. Hey, you know they have to read this on a big screen. And it's the strange and abnormal shit that catches their eyes. That they pick the motherfucking letter. That's how the letter get picked. From a precision, which is a docket, which is a turn to a motherfucking what? Motion that gets granted, nigga, what? Through a screen, nigga, that the what? Secretaries or paralegals of California Supreme Court do nicely, like. Because why? That's how I got there. And then they take my brother, allegedly pimping young and minors, and take his case that I have nothing to do with. I can prove. How can the grand jury, special grand jury, choose me out of audio and video of me hanging out with my brother and his friends doing crime? I was nowhere around that. I was never on any wiretap phone calls. None of that. Please, how then can I not go back to court and prove my innocence? Because why? The justice of state of California should never rule against me in my case of something that needs to be addressed in the state of California. California. So back to what the lady did. She picks the man in the red jumpsuit after saying the guy with the big hair. The judge said, what big hair? I don't understand that language. She says, well, I don't know. Big hair. He said, well, they both got big hair. Are you referring what they refer to here in America as afros? She said, yes. And then she said, yes. And then he says, okay, which one? Because they both have long hair, afros. She said the guy in the red jumpsuit. And then my brother exploded, kicked the table over and said it was him. So then they took it away from me and put it on my brother. Why? The lady was there for hitting a kid off the bike. Not turning it into a freak show to get rid of the McKinney brothers. Because why? You don't like us already. You're biased on us and you know that you ain't got no charge of anything on me. The record shows on your minute order and your police jail records, I was released with no charges. No charges filed and no complaint. How then did the county jail kidnap me and hold me hostage in the motherfucking jail for 8 months? This for a motherfucking DA to stop being the main DA and some rookie comes on and offer me a deal that was not even selected. Because why? In the utterance of guilty, you must say, I am not guilty, Your Honor, or I plead not guilty, Your Honor, or no cold tender. That then is, I said nothing of the sort. I said, yes, no, yes, yeah, no, yeah. And that is not an utterance of guilt. And they had scrubs from going to the county San Joaquin hospital from me and the lady scrubbing us from a rape kit. The rape kit was in my favor. That's why they came back and offered me a deal. Because why? They still doing kangaroo, coops, bias ass motherfucking justice. They all made up shit. I'm telling you now, Stockton, California is a crooked courthouse. They have brought in new change with the new laws of California to take overcrowding out of prisoning. So they have done so. So I'm just saying to you, right now is not the time for anyone to lack on these laws. Because these laws will get you. Because why? Plain view is a motherfucker. So listen to me. Then I have another case. Star witness for the DA. The man says he does not recognize anyone in the courthouse who robbed him. And these motherfuckers still bound me over to Superior Court and gave me a gang of time.
Nice. Is there still the chicken and dumplings?
You hear me? A lot. I got money for that because why? I'm getting it out of our ass now. Okay. Any of you lawyers out here hear me crying? See them teardrops? I swear I'm crying. Look at them. Come and help me. Because I don't even need you to talk for me, but when you know that I can't talk the way I'm talking, so you can correct it so I can keep moving forward. So please, listen to me. I need for you to help me.
Where you at?
Then I got another case. They got shake weed. They got shake weed in a motherfucking backpack. In a motel room that's not under my name. And I was not in the main quarters of wherever they found that at. I came from out of the shower in the bathroom when the girl said she did not know where I was at or I was not in her room. And the officer says, yes, you do. You know where he is. Tell me where he is. And then the girl says, no, I don't know where he is. And he said, yes, you do. You don't have to get in trouble for him. And the girl said, okay. I came out of the bathroom and said, hey, man, I was in the shower, Cuddy. And he was like, yeah, what? Anything in here is yours. You under arrest for a warrant. They took a warrant. And they took a warrant. And they took a warrant and made it like I was the biggest drug dealer in Stockton. And had this girl that was in the room that I was in room with just having sex with. Cause why? Cause why? I was at the Valero gas station. You can see the video. So after that.